Here we have a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. Now this one comes in a double cab configuration, SLE trim level with the X31 off-road package. And then this is just a standard black, onyx black with jet black cloth interior. The powertrain consists of a 6.6 liter V8, it's a gas powered engine, made it to the 10-speed Allison transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get the LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. The lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But really like the front fascia here. I actually like all the chrome there. It's a really nice look for this to be a more basic trim. Now we do get the 18-inch machined aluminum wheels. Passive keyless entry on the front. Like the running boards there. Power door lock controls. We get one touch up and down for the driver's side window, express down on the other three doors. Power mirror controls, the power fold there, rear window lock. Blind spot monitors, bottle holders. And then we have our drive modes, full four-wheel drive, headlamp controls, and then our electronic parking brake. Hood release, manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. There's that release there. And then here's the power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. Now I do want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second or third link down below, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. Let's check out this space. So that's kind of what we have back here. Seat back pockets are on both sides, which is nice. And then down here we have a 3-prong household plug-in, a USB-C and a USB-A charge port. And there's a look at the front from back here. LED lights throughout. And then here we have a nice sturdy hook if you need to hang your uniform. I'm gonna make my way out of here. And then we do have the seats that fold up. You have a little bit of storage underneath if you need that. And then over here, fuel filler. And then as you come around to the back end, there's a look there. It's the exhaust, tow hitch, spare underneath. And then we do have the spray-on bed liner here and a 120 3-prong household plug-in right here. Now as we come around to the rear passenger side, if you need your lower anchors for the car seats, there they are. And then your top tether right back in here. You can tighten that with this strap. And child locks, lock, unlock there. Now to the front passenger seat, manual 4-way. And then you have a lockable glove compartment down below. And here's the window sticker here. And you all can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at anything, but this one's pretty decked out with features. We do get the SLE value package, the Sierra HD Pro Safety Plus, a few other options. Stickers for $63,785. But a pretty good sized glove box, I think. You have a top pocket here as well. Now as we come back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 6.6 liter gas V8. And then we're just gonna shut off the blinkers. But next, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. If I can get a good look at it there. There's the horn. Now, just a quick run through of the radio. We get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth. And then on top of that, we get our wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. We have the Google Assistant system as well. That includes Amazon Alexa, Google Podcasts, and Google News, Google Maps. And then you get dual zone automatic climate control, so you can use either the screen here or you have buttons and knobs down here below, along with your 3-stage heated seats. You can do the seat back or the seat back and seat bottom. You have a USB-A, USB-C port there. 5 aux switches on this one in particular, which I love having that. And then we do have the trailer brake controller here. Now over here to our settings, we have the vehicle settings, which include team driver, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive. And then we also have our system settings, so that includes the language that we can change, English, and then we have Canadian, French, and then Spanish as well. Down here, hazards, traction control, downhill brake control. We can release the tailgate here, parking sensors, lane keeping system. And then we do have a knob here for volume. You can click there to mute, home button here. Now for your cameras, you have your front camera, backup camera. We have a top-down view for the front and back, curbside views there. And then I love that we get the bed view camera on this SLE here with how it's equipped. Then you can also change these on the side if you so choose. So a few different views there. Now center console cubby space, the tray there, bottle holders here. And then you can lift this up, and then you have a middle seat. And then down here below, pull that up, and there's a little storage compartment there. Somebody tried to hide some trash. But then to get the seat back into a center console, pull this strap here, and then hold it flat. There's a look at the back seat from up here. Again, LED lights throughout, OnStar's up here too. We do get a vanity mirror. And then back to the steering wheel, left side stock, blinkers, auto beams, auto high beams, we can toggle with that button. And then front fluid one time, and then your intermittent low and high for the windshield wipers there. And then for the shifter, hit the brake, pull down, reverse, neutral, drive. And then you have the low gear there, and then you can toggle what gear you're in for the limiter. And then it'll show you in that bottom right-hand corner what gear you're in. Now behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can toggle our track list or radio station presets. And behind on the right side, we can toggle volume up, volume down. Cruise controls here, cancel, set the speed, gap adjust for the forward collision alert, and then our heated steering wheel toggles there, mute, voice recognition, and then we have a scroll bar and these arrows to go through the middle part of the gauge cluster. So I have several different things up here. I can go into the options, and then I can change my units of measurement from US to metric. I can change what's on the info pages. I always like to do that because I like what I like there. But then you can also even change what's in the gauges or what's the right side info showing, all of that. So pretty neat setup. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And you can get our key out here, just pushing that button in. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD SLE with the gas engine out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 2500 HD, it has a lot of pickup, this gas engine does. You don't have that turbo lag that's pretty noticeable with the Duramax. So you pull out of the driveway there, or out of the parking lot there, with a gas-powered V8 naturally aspirated, and you get a little tire spin there, so that's always fun. Now for your drive modes, you do just have the normal and the off-road, so you don't have a sport mode with a truck like this, but not really a big deal. We are gonna try to give it a pull getting on the interstate here though. Not gonna floor it. This is a relatively new truck. It has 100 and some miles on it, so it's been broken in a little bit, but not gonna floor it, but I am gonna give it a good pull. Here we go. So I mean, it got up to speed pretty nicely. Now when you're pulling, you're definitely not gonna be able to get up that quickly, especially if you try to max out the tow capacity here, which I think with a gooseneck is like 18 and some change. But it does what it's supposed to do. Now, if you do have an empty truck like me, you will be able to get up to speed pretty nicely. Again, so there's that. But I want to give another thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these, new or pre-owned, closer to home, click that second or third link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and then I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever vehicle you might be interested in. But I mean, it's a relatively good ride here. These thicker tires with these smaller wheels, that does allow for a bit more pleasing ride sound, if you will. You're not hearing the rumble of the tires as much and things of that nature. Now, I do think for the SLE trim, it's a bit pricey getting a truck like this, only because the SLT, you know, you get leather, you get a few other things, but honestly, this is pretty well optioned out. Having that X31 package, giving you that full four-wheel drive, and then on top of having the heated seats, it just it has a lot on here. But it's a lot of practical things when you're having a 3/4 ton truck, not necessarily amenities, but more of features so that you can get the most out of your pickup truck. Now, I do like having the heated steering wheel. I like having the leather. That's a nice touch. Now, I will say the gas engine, for it to be gas powered, I do think that's one of the reasons it feels so steep, is you're paying 64 grand for a gas powered truck, but it is a 3/4 ton. It does have four-wheel drive. A few of those other options that kind of make it easier to, I guess, customize. You have the aux switches, the trailer brake controller, you don't have to add that. The bed liner's installed. So again, there are a lot of options that you'd normally just pay out of pocket for anyway, aftermarket. So it's good to have it stock. But I think a good, solid, heavy-duty truck, if you don't need a bunch of stuff, you want to be able to tow just enough, maybe to pull a boat or a trailer. I don't tow anything, but you're not necessarily concerned about having a Denali. You don't need leather, you don't need cooled seats, you don't care about all that other stuff. You just want something that gets the job done, but looks relatively nice on the outside. That's what you get here. And I just think it's one of those trims that the right person will come across it, they'll love it, and they're not going to want to be too flashy. It's modest, it's subtle, but it's still a very good looking 2500 in my opinion. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD SLE.